Okay, thank you for watching. I just found this posted on the old Drudge Report from this news.com and I wanted to read it. And I'm reading it to my wife. She hasn't heard this yet either, but this cracked me up, right? You should see their little logo. It looks like CERN. It's a little rainbow, all rainbow colors too. So, this is nice, good, bought and paid for, good stuff here. So this is the headline. China's plan for global network of surveillance satellites spurred by fruitless search for missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. Okay? China is considering a plan to cover the entire world with a network of surveillance satellites. If it went ahead, the plan could see more than 50 observation satellites in orbit within 2 years. The South China Morning Post reported this would put the country's satellite surveillance capabilities on a par or greater than the U.S. The paper said support for the massive upscale was fueled by China's frustration over the search for the missing Malaysia Airlines Flight 370.
Of course, that's what follows it.
Right? After a 3-week search, satellites have been unable to locate for certain debris from the disappeared plane, which was carrying mainly Chinese passengers on a scheduled flight to Beijing. Quote, if we had a global monitoring network today, we wouldn't be searching in the dark. We would have a much greater chance to find the place and find the plane and trace it to its final position. Professor Chi Tin, whatever crazy name, a researcher at the Chinese Academy of Sciences Institute of Remote Sensing, so big, a stupid, fake, phony, rich dummy said. There are currently about 1,000 satellites in orbit over the planet, though most are only for communications. Of these, around 150 are for observation, remote sensing, and spying, according to statistics from the U.S.-based Union of Concerned Science. China's current satellite surveillance capabilities are a state secret, though most of them are thought to be carrying out surveillance over China and the surrounding region. No way they're doing that. That's crazy talk. So ain't that neat how they're gonna sitting there talking about trying to use you guys go flying, now if your plane crashes, we'll have this awesome satellite system we can track. It's for your own good.
Yeah.
Ain't that great how they got these guys are good.
Take your medicine.
Right? So I wanted to tell my wife's already heard this, but this gives me a great opportunity to tell this stuff at work. I work at a grocery store called Schnucks around here. It's a big chain. And there's a guy that I work with, right? And he's 48, just turned 48. So this dude's almost 50 years old, and he's about as asleep as it gets. Awesome guy though. Really, he's a freaking saint. Like for real, he doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't cuss. He's a really, really super nice, awesome guy. But he is as asleep as it gets, and he admits the stuff as all a corrupt joke and everything and a lie. But he just lays down and takes it, doesn't care. And we recently had a whole new camera system put up all over the store, and they're full 360 views. You can see everything, and they're everywhere now, even in the back room and all, everywhere, and they can be accessed from home at our boss's house. And even he, who is as most asleep as it gets, said, he told me this yesterday. He said, I don't really have anything to hide, but at the same time, I don't like how everywhere I look, the cameras are everywhere, and how they can see every single thing that that I'm doing. And I told him, I was like, that whole, I don't have anything to hide, but that's a bunch of crap. They don't got no right to be doing this stuff. I've been working there for almost a year. They didn't have any cameras in the back room. I've been there for almost a year. There's nothing been stolen. There's been nothing broken. There's been no funny stuff that's taken place back there. And now all of a sudden they want to put a camera up there that can be accessed from our boss's house. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's uncalled for all the way. Not even remotely necessary in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know. It's just going to be very interesting to see, because even Lewis being as asleep as it gets, even he's saying, man, this is a little over the line. It's just going to be interesting to see how this stuff plays out. You know what I mean? Like even someone like him speaking up, it just makes me wonder: are the majority of people really going to lay down and take it, or is there really going to be a pretty crazy uprising? It's just who knows? They're obviously gearing up for something, but it just makes me wonder how this is all going to pan out. And working at a grocery store, seeing milk jump up 31 cents in the past 3 months. So now generic milk at our grocery store is $4, brand name, Prairie Farms, as 432. It's just I'm going to get to see this whole thing unwind at first, front and center, because I work at a grocery store, and it's just going to be interesting to watch. So, good thing we believe in God. That's all I got to say. So, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to my teammates and subs. Just had to post this. I couldn't let this go. Thought this was hilarious. Link will be below. Thanks everybody for the support.